Hey everyone, Blockchain Bernie here with my latest episode about DAOs. What is a DAO? DAO, Distributed Autonomous Organization. I will let you know everything you need to know, what it actually is, why it exists in the world, how you can make use of it, and is one DAO token the same as the other DAO token? How do they all differ? And what does it all mean? So if you like more content like this, please give me a like for this video. I really appreciate it. It's really important for the YouTube algorithm. And please also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. So, DAO, Distributed Autonomous Organization. Let's start with the word organization. So organization is like a company, right? A company, an economic for-profit company is an organization, right? There's also non-profit organizations and all these type of things. But in the end, an organization is a group of people that have a common goal and want to achieve something, right? That's an organization. So usually that organization is owned by a few owners, and then it's managed by a board of directors or, officers, things like that. So those are organizations as we have been knowing them for a long time. So now we have the DAOs, the distributed autonomous organizations, right? Or decentralized autonomous organizations. And autonomous means, there is no humans needed to run that thing. They can, they are put into place somehow by someone that has written some code. And after that, they have a life of their own, right? You don't need constant human pampering to keep that thing alive. It'll just run by code, right? So think of it like a robot or something, right? So, real life animals are just, they are just there. At some point they die, and you need that lively being, a human or an animal, to, keep it alive. But with the DAOs, it's like a robot, right? And a human being creates something, and then it has a life of its own, right? It doesn't necessarily have consciousness, so that's an interesting thing to discuss with AI and everything. But it continues to work on its own. So that's the autonomous organization, right? It's an organization that's put into code. Let's say the organization is a bank, and the bank offers, it offers for people that can make deposits, and then they can lend it out and stuff like that. So it's just a few operations that can be done. And these few operations can be put into code, right? And then that whole thing can run. So all these DEXs that we have out there, the distributed exchanges, right? Like Orca and Solana and all the others, these are DAOs in itself, right? But they are put into code. And decentralized, they are decentralized and distributed because they run on the blockchain, and there is no centralized control. And all these DAOs have DAO tokens, and the DAO tokens give you a piece of ownership and a piece of governance. Not necessarily a piece of ownership, but almost, in some cases, yes, but in all cases, they give you a piece of governance, right? Like a voting right. So in the DAO, there will be proposals on how to, improve the project and how to improve the chain and the organization and everything, right? And all the DAO token holders, they can vote on it, right? And through that, the whole thing is not controlled by a centralized instance, but it's being democratized, right? With all the DAO token holders, they are kind of the constituents, right? The voters that actually decide what's going on with that project, right? And there you can see each and every DAO token is different, right? Because each and every DAO token gives you a voting right in a different project, right? So that would be, you know, the same as, you know, buying, or similar to buying shares in companies, right? You buy an Apple, buy some Apple stock, you have voting rights on the Apple annual meeting, right? You buy a Tesla stock, you have voting rights on the Tesla annual meeting, right? So those two things are different, and the same is with the DAO tokens, right? There's DAO tokens for so many different projects out there. And the Bitoku DAO token that will come out together with our rebranding and our relaunch real soon. If you don't know what Bitoku is, please check out the link in the description, bitoku.io. We're building the missing storage layer for smart contracts. Super exciting project. So with these DAO tokens, you have those voting rights. And then, you know, once we've reached like thousands, tens of thousands, millions of DAO token holders, it's like, you know, like the people, right? But at some point in time, we need kind of a management council or something like that, people that can spend more time to figure out, you know, what's going on within that organization and where is it heading. Maybe to have some control over the budget, so the DAO might have a treasury, and from that treasury, we might pay some development activities or stuff like that, right? So the DAO token holders, they put in place a council, and that council will make the day-to-day decisions, right? So that's like, you know, ownership, governance, constituents versus some sort of government, board of directors, officer, stuff like that. That's called a council usually in these DAOs. And for the Bitoku chain, we will have the Bitoku DAO. Everyone that has Bitoku nodes, right, and has everyone who has Bitoku nodes will get these DAO tokens airdropped. Everyone who has nodes right now, before the relaunch, and the relaunch is going to happen anytime now. It's, you know, a few weeks or at most a few months out or so, right? So if you have your node before the relaunch, you're getting 3x as many DAO tokens compared to the others who buy their nodes afterwards, right? So if you're considering buying nodes for the Bitoku chain, do it right now, because you will get 3 times the DAO airdrop as all the others. So that's a great thing about the Bitoku chain. And yeah, that's what the DAO tokens do. And yeah, I think that's almost it, right? So that's what a DAO is, and how these DAO tokens and councils work. If you have any more questions, just let me know in the comments for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. Bye.